Stalin. Yes, we'll sign open borders. So, first war of the game. Not really a surprise, considering how unpopular poor Mansa is with all the other leaders. So, Mansa could probably beat any of these other leaders just fine, 1v1, but he's probably going to get ganged up on here, and that could spell disaster. Justinian going for second gold. Maybe. He does have a settler over here. So let's look at the immediate target here. Mansa has 3 skirmishers and an axe. That would normally be enough to hold just about anything, but these are Praetorians. We'll see. There are no walls in this city yet. No border pops. Alright, and Stalin has picked up Justinian's religion, so... Poor Caesar, no one is following his religion. That could be really bad for him long term. Alright, so at this point, Aldeghost is just surrounded. What's that? Mansa founded another religion? I guess that's the theology religion. Oh, he's making sure no one else will get a religion in this. Yeah, so he probably used a great prophet to pop that or something. I guess he's just making sure no one else is going to get any religions. So if all these units attack, they'll probably capture this city. Didn't you just ask me? Oh, he asked me to stop trading, and then he asked me to join the war, and I said no. Poor Mansa. Look at that. War, worst enemy, worst enemy, worst enemy. So these guys did attack. They killed some of the defenders, but there's still an axe and a spear and a... Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. That's a lot of great prophets. 2 of them born on the same turn. And Pakal also built the Colossus. No, he beelined it? Okay. He beelined theology. Okay. So yeah, Caesar has actually come up short in this first attack. And that's without city walls or any cultural defenses. Just difficult to dislodge skirmishers in a city on a hill, as it turns out. Although his follow-up might get through. Look at this. He just promoted one of those Praetorians to City Raider 2. He's about to promote one to City Raider 3, which is just silly. Actually, no, I think he's going to get this, because Caesar moves first before Mansa, so he won't be able to move that skirmisher in time. Yep, there it is. So the first Milanese city has fallen. Man, Praetorians are so good. Oh, and over here we had... Okay. Okay. So that's a pretty good pickup for Justinian, and he does still have that settler hanging out over here. Although capturing that city maybe makes it illegal for him to found this. No, he could go on this tile if he wanted to, or on that tile. So yeah, Caesar just punched right through and took that. Now the only remaining Barb city is this one up here, which Mansa's working on with axes. But it looks like he came up short. Boy, there's some promoted defenders in that city. Alright, so yeah. I think Mansa will be okay for the time being. The problem is the odds are pretty good that someone else is going to jump into this. So here's how people feel about Mansa. Justinian's annoyed, Stalin's annoyed, Kublai's cautious, and Pakal's pleased. So yeah, Caesar's in first place. I mean, he's looking pretty solid right now. This city, Aldeghost, is not a very good city. It actually has 0 resources whatsoever. But, I mean, Praetorians, they're really strong. I think it's going to be tough to make much more progress without getting to construction, but I think Caesar is heading for construction, so, I mean... Oh, and okay, so Mansa did finally get that city, so that's good news for him. I think the way this plays out, though, is I think Stalin or Justinian join this war, and then Mansa gets carved up between them. Yeah, is anyone else gearing up for an attack? Let's just look at the power bar graphs. That's usually a tip-off. Wow, okay. Caesar's got a lot of power. No one else appears to be gearing up for an attack, but wow. Yeah, Julius is not very liked either, that's true. If you look at how people feel about him, it's because he has, yeah, everybody's in minuses with him. Look at this, cautious at best with everyone. And that's because he has a religion no one else is following. That's why everybody is so unhappy with him. Sure has a lot of units, though. Alright, so Caesar's first great person is not a prophet, it's a merchant. Although I'm not sure that that's worse. That might be... might still be pretty good for him. He certainly seems to be building another stack down here. Like, if he combines these two, he'll have a pretty monster stack. Like, look at that. This is City Raider 3 Praetorian. That is a terrifying unit. Is Gao on a... No, see, Gao's not on a hill, and it doesn't have walls. Mansa, you should really start building city walls, like, now. Even if nothing else, Caesar's going to be pillaging his tiles, and that will hurt Mansa. Caesar should wait until this stack joins him. If you combine them together, I think he could take this without much trouble. Pakal likes me the most, is that true? Oh, he does. Because of open borders. Okay, I don't know why his... I'm not sure why Caesar's units are splitting up like this. Just kind of like running around randomly. Well, we'll see. Mansa has now built enough units to counter that he's probably okay until catapults get on the scene. But unfortunately, catapults will be on the scene very soon. Caesar is pillaging some of his cottages, though. Look at this. He's tearing up the... Oh, hello. Well, that was unexpected. Well, that might just shift this game on its heels. Kublai is declared on Caesar as Pakal builds another wonder. Wow, didn't see that coming. I wonder if Mansa bought him in. Nope, Mansa didn't buy him in. He's got a legit stack down here. And Ravenna is dangerously exposed. Yeah, see, all of the Roman units are way up there in Mali right now. This city has like one defender or two. This was a well-timed war, I think, from Kublai, because he's going to get Ravenna for sure. I think the main effect from this, though, is Caesar is probably not Caesar's probably not going to send units against Mansa. He's probably going to stop sending them north and send them east into Mongolia. Mongolia's power is not nearly as high. Yeah, this might have been a mistake by Kublai. I know I just said it was a well-timed war, but that might backfire. Oh, and I need to add the counter. I'm sure you guys, thanks for reminding. Oh wait, no, I did. It's at 2. My bad. I already did that. Yeah, Ravenna had no chance. But Kublai's now going to have to deal with Praetorians, and that could be a mistake. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I expect that Caesar will mostly turn his units around. So that's really good news for Mansa. Again, if Mansa can advance to like the next generation of military tech, well, I was going to say let's look at the tech rates. We'll look at that on turn 100, see how fast everyone's researching. Yeah, see, like, Caesar's already assembled a pretty formidable stack down here. Look at all those Praetorians. I mean, this stack is mostly Kashyyyks, which get no defensive bonuses at all. Yeah, imperialistic plus fighting means you get a lot of great generals. Yeah, and, like, look at this stack here. That's a lot of Praetorians against a city that has no walls. Just swords. So all of those Praetorians attacked and won. Now they're going to promote and attack again. It's just the City Raider promotions are really, really difficult for the AI to deal with. I don't think the attack on New Sarai is going to work, but I think Ravenna is definitely going to get recaptured back. If not on this turn, then soon. Well, Stalin's building more wonders. And Justinian is taking the score lead. He's like quietly building his strength. I like the way this is going. I have Justinian winning this, so I'm happy with the way he's going. And look at this, Mansa's like, well, Caesar, if you're going to walk down there, we'll prepare a stack with catapults and get ready to take that city back. So that attack on New Sarai didn't work. Came up short. Look at the power bar graphs again. Yeah, so yeah, look, Caesar took a pretty big hit. So did Kublai, but a bigger one for Rome. Interesting. And now Justinian's on construction too. Here comes Mansa trying to take back Autoghost, which is not very well defended. Oh, turn 100. So yeah, that attack by Kublai kind of threw this game off. Did Justinian get the silver? He did. And Kublai is now converted to Justinian's religion. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, so there's the silver, by the way. So this is I have it as like a landmark. This is the center of the map right here. Interesting. All right, so Mansa has kind of survived the early turns. He didn't get this city back. Look at that. There's an archer with 0.1 health left. But I have to feel like when this stack gets here, with Caesar not reinforcing this city, that's going to be toast. All right, so bar graph time. 100 turns in. GNP. Pakal is taking the lead in GNP. Interesting. I wonder if that's research or if it's culture. Might be a mixture of both. Kublai and Caesar are down in the basement of that. Production's pretty close. Justinian's near the top. Kublai is down near last. It's pretty close, and then Kublai is struggling. Like, that's kind of the lesson here. Kublai is struggling. Power, we already looked at power. Culture, it's pretty close for culture. Interesting that Kublai, being a creative civ, is in last. All right, as far as beakers, Caesar's at 92, Justinian's at 73. All right, Justinian needs to work on his research. Kublai at 42. Okay, Kublai is struggling. Mansa 113, Pakal 149. So Pakal is the current tech leader, and Stalin's at 80. Yeah, right now Caesar is at war with Kublai and Mansa. Those are the only two wars right now. If you want to see, here's the matrix. You can see those are the only two wars going on. And if you're curious about the diplomacy, here's our quick look. Justinian, I'm curious. So he really dislikes Mansa. That's his most likely target. Justinian cannot declare war at pleased. I believe everyone else in this game can, but he's the only one who can't. So he could go after Caesar. He could go after Pakal. Go after anyone other than Kublai and Stalin. How about Stalin? He's pretty happy with... He doesn't like Mansa either. Just looking at the ones who are not committed. And Pakal's pleased with everyone. Now, he can declare war at pleased, but he's a lot less likely to. So Pakal is probably going to sit there and continue building for the time being. All right. Let's see if... Oh, Ravenna was taken back. Apparently it was taken back just on this turn. So Caesar's gotten his city back. Now Mansa's trying to get his back. Also, Caesar's got a decent-sized stack up there. Mansa Musa the Glorious. Yeah, Mansa's going to get Autoghost back. Pretty sure of that. Caesar should really sign peace with Mansa. Get out of this war. And Caesar has elephants as well. Everyone should have access to ivory, so... that attack doesn't look like it fared very well, and now the walls are starting to go up. Caesar does have construction. He should get... Alright, he needs to bring these catapults over. Yeah, sure. Request for classical music is fine. Alright, here we go. Monarchy. Everyone should have that by now. Or something similar. Yeah, that river near there was a lot of blood spilled near Ravenna, for sure. So that's key. Mansa signs peace with Caesar. So Mansa survived the first war. He did lose a city. It's unfortunate for him. Yeah, I think he should have taken that city back and then signed peace, but he did not. So Mansa can go back to what he likes to do best, sitting back and teching. So we now just have Kublai against Caesar going on right now. This is probably not a good situation for Kublai. Look at all those City Raider 3 Praetorians. 1, 2, 3 City Raider 3 units. It's still not enough up there, but Caesar's like marshalling another stack down here that I think is a more serious stack. So Turfen is probably the next real target that he's going after. And there are some catapults here, so... yeah, so the attack on New Sarayas looks like it's failed. But it is diverting some resources for Kublai that might be better off elsewhere. I'm just going to glance through and see if anyone else looks like they're building up. I don't see... doesn't look like Stalin is. Justinian's on infrastructure, so he's not currently interested. And Pakal, I mean, what do you expect? Pakal's building wonders. That's all he ever does. So, looks like this is really the only main conflict. Why isn't Stalin declared on Mansa? I don't know. He hasn't been as aggressive this game. I mean, he's annoyed with Mansa. Look at that, 0. Peace weight. affects what goes on, but it's not a guarantee. So Caesar attacked the city and killed some of the defenders. He really should have just waited for the other stack to move up. Not the smartest decision. And Caesar also is up to longbows. By the way, if it sounds like I'm focusing on Caesar a lot, it's just because more of the action has been involving him. Like there's been a lot going on involving Rome this game, so that's why. These units here are just like camped out on a forest, which is giving them that big defensive bonus. And I think Kublai keeps throwing units into these guys and not killing them. Although that turn it looks like he did kill some of them. But those are some really highly promoted Kashyyyks too. So looks like he did get them. I don't know what Caesar's doing. He had all these units down here, but like instead of bombarding the defenses with his catapults, it looks like he just threw them at the city and got everything slaughtered. So he's not fighting this war very well. And as a result, it's stalemated. I think he could have fought this a lot more intelligently. Yeah, look at these huge drops on the bar graph. There wasn't even a decrease for Kublai. I mean, a tiny one. Caesar just threw a whole bunch of units away for no reason. Yeah, Justinian on 10 cities, is that right? And he just finished his shrine too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. And look, even this little city down here has made it to size 11. Nice, good stuff. Yeah, he's doing well. Now, if Justinian can just make his move and take out like one AI, he'll be in good shape here. So we'll continue to watch this war because it's the only main one that's going on. Maybe if you use your catapult, Caesar, that might help. Caesar saw Braveheart and decided, yeah, similar idea. That said, Kublai seems to be suffering pretty badly from war weariness or something. I don't think he has as many luxuries because his land... Yeah, he has the ivory, and I don't think he has calendar. Yeah, he doesn't have calendar tech yet. He's working on it. But yeah, he only has one happiness resource in his territory, and that's why he's struggling. If you look at how much smaller his cities are, right? So like, look, 5, 8, 6, 5, 8, 6. Compare that to Caesar's much larger cities, or Justinian's 16, 12, 13, 12. That's what happens when you don't have enough happiness resources. Your cities just get really crimped in size. So maybe Kublai is going to be first to die in this game, because Mansa seems to be hanging in there right now. And Kublai is awakened an angry Caesar. Yeah, Pakal is about to finish the mausoleum. It feels like Pakal gets the mausoleum every game. I think so there's a reason for that. I think Pakal goes for calendar tech because his unique building is there. That's where the Mayan ball court is located. And then he's like, oh, calendar. Let's build the wonder that's located there. It just feels like he gets that wonder a lot in these games. But anyway, so yeah, right now let me turn off the resources here. I think they just signed peace because all of Caesar's units got teleported back. Yep, alright, so that ends that war. So everybody's back to peace again. Inconsequential wars. The one thing we have to think about, though, is the clock is ticking to take out Mansa Musa. He might not have that much territory in this game, but he's kind of got enough. So, like, well, that's interesting. So that's a pretty key wonder. Caesar got the statue of Zeus. But, like, there's only so much time before Mansa just runs away with the game. Like, he's got the cottages going up everywhere right now. Unfortunately for him, he did lose a city, but, like, he might already be strong enough to 1v1 most of these other leaders. Alright, like, Caesar's at 150. Justinian's at 150. Kublai, wow, okay. Kublai, yeah, you're in some trouble. Mansa's at 212. Pakal's at 234. But Pakal's already at 90% research. Mansa's only at 70%. So Mansa still has room to grow. And Stalin, 108, yeah. Alright, so let's look real quick at who hates who. Looks like Mansa still hates everyone. Except Pakal. Pakal and Mansa love each other. So that gives him one secure flank. That's pretty good. Maybe, yeah, Julius Caesar might have used an engineer for that. It's true. So for now, we'll look around. We'll see if anyone looks like they're building up. Justinian isn't. Caesar maybe, but he builds so many units it can be hard to tell. Kublai's not. Pakal certainly is not building up for war, because it's Pakal. No surprise there. Mansa, yeah, he's in bureaucracy. So no. Someone just got the philosophy religion. Let's see who it was. Looks like okay. So it was Mansa Musa picking up yet another religion. And Pakal's going to build the Apostolic Palace for Mali. That's right. So that may give these two economic leaders the ability to shut down wars against them that they don't want to fight, which could be interesting. But so far, kind of a quiet game. I mean, we had that early war. I'm a little bit surprised Mansa has not been targeted by more AIs, but he really hasn't been. Look at that cheeky little city there. It grabs a dry corns that makes it worthwhile to have that city. But yeah, kind of a quiet time right now, so we'll just keep going through the turns. But like Mansa's already going to have maces by the time anyone goes after him, which could be okay. That's weird. Why is that tile in Russian territory? It won't be for long. It's going to flip over to Byzantine, but still pretty weird. All right. But yeah, pretty quiet right now. And so indeed, there's the Apostolic Palace. Attuned to Islam. Justinian has a bit of a score lead, though, because he land grabs better than the other AIs. He could potentially get to guilds and do like a targeted war of conquest with cataphracts. That would be a pretty smart play on his part. We'll see. Long way to go yet. You think Julius is going to go back in, start another war? I wouldn't be surprised. He's not cranking out units in every city, though, so that's usually the tell that an AI is plotting war. I don't see anyone who looks like they're plotting war right now, for better or for worse. Look at this, Mansa's already on guilds, and Pakal's on Divine Right. Those guys are researching at a pretty good clip right now. But kind of a quiet game for the moment. I mean, these leaders are pretty aggressive as far as leaders go, so like you would think that we would see some more action. Sometimes we get long periods where just nothing goes on, at least in terms of action. Parthenon is generally not a key wonder, more of like a little side benefit than anything else. Alright, so Mansa went free religion from Shwedagon Paya. He just built that this turn. There's the last religion of the game. What did that do to Mansa's relations? I think it improved them, actually. Yeah. He's only the worst enemy of Stalin now. Look at that. He's improved his diplomatic position a lot. By going to free religion was I mean, okay, so Pakal doesn't like him quite as much, but he's still pleased with Pakal, or Pakal is pleased with him. The only one who really dislikes him now is Stalin. Well, and he dislikes Caesar, but Caesar doesn't even hate him that much. Or I guess he's still annoyed. Caesar's more angry at Kublai, though. Interesting. No, that wasn't foolish. That was a great move. That improved his relations with most of these other leaders. I think that was pretty smart, actually. But yeah, Mansa's just racing through the tech tree at this point. Like, he's already has knights. Like, at this point, I'm not sure that he's really in that much... Oh, what's this? Is this an attack? Is this Pakal attacking him? Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't know if that's a good decision on Pakal's part. Mansa's ahead in tech as compared to... Yeah, because he's got knights and maces, and I don't think Pakal has either. Interesting. I wasn't expecting them to fight. They're even in power for right now. Weird. Didn't see that coming. Okay. Well, that was one effect of changing religion, I think, is that war declaration. But I don't think this is a smart decision because let's see where they are in the tech tree. That'll be a good comparison. All right. So here's Mansa. Out of military techs, he has machinery and civil service for maces, has construction. Has knights. lacks engineering. That's kind of the one military tech he's missing. So Pakal doesn't have maces yet, but he will soon. He does not have guilds. He is going for engineering soon. Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. Gives us something to watch, certainly. So Dejene is not very well guarded right... Oh, okay. And Kublai jumps in with a war declaration of his own. Well, that's trouble for Pakal. That's a lot of trouble for Pakal. A lot of trouble for Pakal. And it doesn't look like that was bought in. So Kublai's last in power. Note that Justinian and Caesar are very strong right now. Neither one of them looks like they're plotting war at the moment, but I wouldn't be shocked to see them jump in. Alright, well, let's keep an eye on this attack at Dejene first. Mansa gets to move first, so he can reinforce that city before it gets attacked. Not the scariest invasion force, but Mansa should probably do something. He's got a... I guess this is his stack. He doesn't have very much in this city, though. A mace, 2 longbows, and a sword. If he gets... Oh, okay, here comes Pakal's larger stack down here. That said, Pakal might want to be concerned about all these units. I don't see any catapults with this force, so I think they're just going to throw themselves at Chichen Itza. No, wait, never mind. There must be a catapult that I missed, because I just saw it bombard. Yeah, there's 2 catapults. Oh my goodness. And then another war. Okay, and then just like that, the world exploded into violence. Now Caesar's involved, too. Jeez. 5. We're at 5 now. Alright, well, so much for your peaceful part of... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of units. How many are in that stack? 25. Pretty good for this stage of the game. 25. Oh boy. Alright, so now, I don't know how... I have no idea how this ends up. Kublai, though, is... His whole army is off in Mayan territory. This does not look like it's going to end well for him. Yeah, this... Although, Mansa better get his act together. He's going to lose this city. Because all the defenses just got taken out. Yeah, Mansa's slowly reinforcing it. As Pakal builds a shrine. Yeah, so Caesar is not advancing too quickly. But almost all of Kublai's forces are off in Mayan. This is so weird. Maya's army is in Mansa Musa's territory. Kublai's army is in Mayan territory. And now the Roman army is entering Mongolian territory. Yeah, now Justinian must declare on Julius Caesar and Stalin on Justinian. We just go around the ring with each one declaring on their neighbor. Yeah. Justinian does have some units over here. He looks like he's plotting war too. Who's Justinian dislike? Well, he doesn't like Caesar very much, or Mansa. You know, he actually could declare on Caesar, which would be hilarious. All right, let's see. So this is getting very confusing. Let's see if Dejene can hold this attack. Looks like it can, for this turn at least. Nope, other direction. Other direction. So Justinian chooses to go after Mansa. All right. Good news for Pakal. They're eating her, and then they're going to eat me. Oh my god. Yeah, Troll 2. Or what? I think it's Troll 2. Poor Mansa. That's probably bad news for him. Remember, if we look at the power bar graph, yeah, Justinian and Caesar, and then Mansa's down here. And again, Mansa's fighting 2v1. Unfortunate for him. This is just a really tough diplomatic environment. So Kublai is still sieging Chichen Itza. Rome is going to take New Sarai as soon as the walls are down. Big question, though, is who would be first to die is pretty significant, though. So Mansa held that attack to his credit. He stopped that attack from Pakal. Now he's got to deal with Justinian, who I think Justinian was bought into this war because he doesn't seem to have a stack ready to go. It's usually a sign someone was bought into the war. By the way, Justinian, how close are you to cataphracts at guilds? Because that's your key. Well, he can research it. Really should. It's the next tech available. That would be a smart one to go for. Stalin? Yeah. No, Stalin looks like he's in builder mode right now. I don't see it. Amazingly, Stalin's jumped all the way up to second in score. I don't think he's going to stay there for too long. All right, so from right here we can see Chichen Itza and New Sarai, if either one gets attacked. All the walls are down in New Sarai, so that city should be falling as soon as... and Caesar built a Chichen Itza. Probably not as significant because no one's attacking him right now. All right, so Justinian... All right, here's his stack. He's got about 20-ish units here. That should be enough to take Mansa City. With Mansa having to divert so many of his units up here to deal with Pakal. All right, let's see. I expect New Sarai, yeah. Expected that city to fall, which it does. I think Kublai might end up being first to die here. Because I think Mansa can probably hold on longer. But we'll see. Obviously, I want Mansa to be first to die since I picked that, but we shall see. Mansa's got pretty good defenses over here. I wouldn't say he's totally toast just yet. A lot of units there. Unfortunately, they're mostly city raider maces, which don't do anything. Yeah, so Mansa was just like, no. He destroyed Pakal's forces. Doesn't look like he lost that much either. Yeah, Pakal definitely got the worst of that. The problem for him is Justinian's really strong, and so is Caesar as far as power goes. Engineering will help, though. Engineering for castles would help. So yeah, I expect Kublai... I think Kublai might be the first one out here. And Caesar will be off and snowballing from that. Justinian, too, if he can take some cities. He attacked that city. I don't know that he managed to punch through, but he did kill some of the defenders. Boy, that's a lot of great general pop-ups. Over here, it looks like Kublai's attack came up short on Chichen Itza. Yeah, it looks like he did not manage to take that city. He had a pretty good stack, but it wasn't quite enough. Anyway, all right. This is probably where the biggest battle is going on right here, right now. Yeah, Mansa's, he's kind of holding the line here without... Oh, and he just started a golden age, jeez. Mansa's kind of holding the lines pretty well here. First against Pakal and then against Justinian. If he can get peace with Pakal, he can probably hold this for the time being. At least until Justinian gets guilds and has cataphracts. Meanwhile, Caesar looks like he's enjoying a much easier conquest over here. Look at all those Praetorians. All City Raider 2. And a couple that are City Raider 3. He's also pillaging as he goes. Well, Justinian is maybe getting through here. So there we go. So Mansa gets down to one opponent. Maybe he can hold off Justinian. Maybe. I don't know. Justinian does have a advantage in unit. Much more cities, to be sure. And Caesar has now linked up this city that he took from Mali with the rest of his territory, now that he's grabbed New Sarai. It would certainly be a big deal for Justinian to take this city and just, start removing production centers from Mansa. With those reinforcements, I think he's going to do it. I think. We'll see. Could use some more catapults, though. What's Mansa working on? Divine... Oh, God. Why are you on Divine Right, Mansa? So here's Caesar's stack. As long as he takes out the walls of Turfan, which he is doing, he shouldn't have any trouble taking that city, too. Kublai just doesn't have enough territory. It's his problem. How many cities does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's it? That's not enough when you're dealing with Caesar. Not enough. Also, Stalin is in first place somehow in score. I'm not sure how that is. I think he's been building a lot of wonders. So yeah, Justinian is still stalled out here. Where are your cataphracts, Justinian? He's been doing this. He's been holding them off. I think he did it. I think he stopped this attack, for the time being at least. How close is Mansa getting to rifles, by the way? Because once he gets to rifles, that's it for this era of warfare. He's still a ways away, but he's pretty much cleaned out all the medieval techs, so he can just go straight Renaissance. Now, it being Mansa, he won't beeline rifles, but I mean, he's got everything he needs for this generation of military tech. Yeah, oh, and Kublai's still at war with Pakal, that's right. Oh yeah, I actually did completely forget about that. Forgot that Pakal was still involved in this war too. Good news for Pakal, because he's fallen behind at this point. And Stalin is just doing his thing. Although he has a... I was going to say he had a stack there, but it's not that strong. He founded this little city here. Thanks for pointing that out. I just wasn't even on my radar. Yeah, Mansa appears to have held here. Justinian has a lot of damaged units. Unfortunately for Mansa, they're sitting on a forest tile, so it's going to be really hard to clean them out. Well, a lot of them don't get defensive bonuses, so maybe. Alright, we'll keep watching over here. These attacks at Turfan and Old Sarai. Yep, so Pakal should get that city quickly. What's going on over here? Still healing, it looks like. So the borders are the defensives are down at Old Sarai and at Turfan. And that should pretty much do it for them. Alright, so there was a big battle up here between Justinian and Mansa. Or no, that wasn't a big battle. Just more great generals. Up. And that might do it for Mansa. Just one more war. Man, he has been fighting them off really well, but I think that's the one war too many for him. Stalin looks like he was bought into this war, because he doesn't look like he was planning on fighting, but yeah, just too many straws on the camel's back. Stalin's first in Skorv right now. We'll see if he stays there. It could prove to be a very well-timed war from Stalin, though, hitting Mansa at a time when he's pretty exhausted. So that's a double city capture down there, Turfan and Old Sarai. And there's only 3 Mongolian cities left, so Kublai certainly looks like he's going to be first to die. Which is unfortunate for everyone in the Mansa Musa first to die category. Everybody apparently has paper tech now. Mansa is still holding down here. He's done a remarkable job at that. But I don't know if he can hold multiple attacks at once up here. Caesar's like going right on to the next city. Ning Hsia. That's a very well defended city for this stage of the game. Needs to get those catapults over. Alright, seriously, enough with all those war requests. He's not going to punch through if he just attacks. He needs to wait for catapult support. Yeah, this is a good time to check the power. Bargrass. So Stalin is clawed right back up near the lead. Pakal and Kublai are the ones who are trailing. If you're curious about GNP, Kublai is trailing. Everybody else is reasonably close. Why would we give the observer Civ feudalism? I don't see how that would affect anything. So down here, Justinian attacked. I don't think he succeeded. It looks like all his units died. Wow, that was a crushing loss for Justinian. He was not able to take that city. But look at this. Guilds. Ding, ding, ding. About to hit his key tech. Man, Mansa's defended himself super well here. Alright, so Caesar did what he should not have done, which was throw all his units at longbows in a city on a hill that had walls for defense. That was really stupid, and he just lost a bunch of units. If he had just waited the 2 turns for his catapults to walk up and start taking out the defenses, he would have been fine. But instead he just lost a ton of highly promoted units for no reason whatsoever. Alright, it's turn 150. Meanwhile, Stalin's working on the defenses of this city, so he's pretty much taken out the defenses here, which means that city will probably fall. Whereas Niani is still standing, amazingly. Yeah, see, that was a horrible attack for Justinian. Just lost a ton of units. Yeah, they, oh yeah, can they AP cheese them? Good question. Let's see where Islam is the religion. So Stalin, no. Stalin has the religion. Caesar, yes. He doesn't have it. Caesar's the only one I think who doesn't. Oh, and Justinian, yes. Justinian does not have the AP religion in any of his cities either. So yeah, they could do a stop the war with Justinian or Caesar, potentially. Okay, so let's look at the bar graphs real quick, because it's turn 150. GMP, interesting that Justinian's actually tops in GMP, although a lot of that's probably culture. Production, that's Mansa's golden age. It's funny he's leading in production by such a wide amount. Food, those 4 are close, and then the others are trailing. Power, we just saw that. Culture, Pakal apparently used a culture bomb somewhere. And we can go ahead and add medieval music since you guys asked so nicely. And by that I mean not very nicely, but... Alright, Stalin's on military tradition, and Justinian's about to get guilds. Let's see if he can capture this former Barb city up here. I think he can. With knights, he should be able to deal with that. Alright, so well done, Stalin. Like, staying at peace the whole game and picking just the right time to go to war. Very nicely done. Like, Justinian's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this war, but he's secured none of the spoils yet. And with that early push to military tradition, he needs gunpowder as well, but once he gets there, he's going to have access to the cuirassier. Alright, meanwhile over here, we do have a siege going on at Ningxia. So Caesar moves before Pakal, so Caesar's probably going to get this city, Ningxia. I just revealed the world map, so it looks like I was thinking the same thing. So Wallata, oh boy, Wallata is not very well defended at all. All of, it looks like all of Mansa's soldiers are down here fighting with Justinian, and Stalin's just quietly slipping in and taking advantage of that to grab some of these very nice Milanese cities. Yeah, because he just took out all the defenses. Oh, and yes, that city was taken by Rome, to no surprise. Pakal took out most of the defenses. Rome also has this city under siege. So Rome looks like they're going to get most of the spoils from Kublai, such as they are. Maya only has one city taken there. Khan scraped into the finals and he's facing his limits, perhaps. Yeah, that city only has one defender left. But it looks like Kublai is going to be the first one out. Somewhat to our surprise. Yeah, and now the cataphracts are on the scene, so probably spells doom for Mansa once large numbers of cataphracts are out there. Really tough to stop them in this well, in this era or any era. He's Justinian building some. He seems to be doing mostly grocers, but I imagine once he finishes them, he'll probably swap over. Alright, so that city's going to fall, Beshbalik. And then Mansa's going to lose another city up here. Oh, hello. Justinian with the snipe. He ran in with one cataphract and took that. Are you kidding me? How in the world did he do that? He had one cataphract here, and there was one defender left, and he ran in and sniped the city. That's amazing. Jeez. I guess that does happen sometimes. If this city falls, the floodgates will be open in Mali. Byzantine sniper, yeah, pretty much. No. Alright, so it would really help Pakal if he was able to claim this city. He certainly has the edge on taking it, because Kublai, let's see, Caesar has gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 cities out of this war. He's gotten 1, or yeah, Old Sarai, he's gotten 1. So it would certainly help him a lot if he was able to take that. Where's Stalin going? I think Stalin is, yeah, Stalin's still in the process of healing and regrouping with his stack. That's how good cataphracts are. But this might set up to be one of those situations where Pakal takes out the defenses and then Caesar strolls up and takes the actual city. Because look, there's only one unit that can actually attack here, the War Elephant. The others can't attack the city. So yeah, and Caesar's got a big stack 2 tiles away, so I think Caesar might be set up to get that city too. Niani's still holding firm for the time being. Defenses are just about down though. I don't think Justinian has that many units. Anyway, there doesn't seem to be too much action up there right now. So it's partially luck who will get this, obviously. But I think Caesar's better positioned to take it, just because there's not very many units from Pakal. So, and Pakal, so he just grabbed liberalism. That's interesting. Let's see what he took. Probably nationalism. No, he took astronomy. Good choice. Astronomy is one of the most expensive techs in the game for its era, as Stalin goes for Sistine, because astronomy doesn't get any prerequisite discounts, so in practice it's more expensive than it looks. Alright, and here comes Stalin. So between the two of them, one of them is probably going to get that city. But we'll keep our eyes on Karakorum for the time being. Potential death watch here for a Civ who might be on its way out. Justinian just started a golden age too. Where did Caesar's big army... Oh, here it is. I don't know why he moved down. Alright, so... yeah, good luck, buddy. So there's like barely anyone left defending, and Caesar is perfectly set up to walk in and take the last city, even though Pakal's done most of the work. Yeah, over here... Nance's still holding strong. I mean, I think he's going to be worn down eventually, but like he's done a surprising job. You know, you would think he would just walk up and take Wallata back because it's defended by one cataphract. Oh, you think Pakal already had astronomy? He already had astronomy. Okay, so your guys are right. He did take nationalism. But that's the end of our first competitor. So Kublai is the one who first to die, and it was Caesar who got the kill. Poor Pakal, he did most of the work and didn't get very much out of that war. He got 1 city. Alright, so if you had Kublai for first to die, you score the points in that category. Let's see how many people had him. Kublai. Not a lot. Let's see, 40. Only 9 people had it out of about 100, so not the most popular first to die pick. And let's see, so that means he finishes in last for this game. And let's see, that's turn 161. So same as last year, he makes the championship and then gets eliminated in the championship. And Caesar picks up another kill. That's 7 kills now for Caesar. We've got a tight race going on here between Caesar and Stalin. They both came into this match with 6 kills, 7 on the competition. Again, I want to make this clear. Huayna Capac had the lead for total kills coming into this season. He had 8 across the first 2 seasons. Caesar has 7 just in this year's competition alone. Pretty impressive. So, all right, so Caesar is going to take the score lead once these cities come out of resistance and he gets land points for all that he conquered. So Caesar's in really nice shape now. That said, Stalin and Justinian could wind up being very large and powerful civs themselves if they can continue taking land from Mansa Musa. I think Stalin is better set up than Justinian in that regard, but we'll see. Mansa continues to hold this city. And has not made another move there at Wallata. It's really impressive at how well he's defended. Like, I still think he's going to be eliminated, but just super impressive at all the work he's done to stay alive against so many opponents. Now, naturally, he's off researching Constitution instead of something that would actually help him militarily, but hey, kudos to him. He's gotten some very, well, I was going to say some very well-promoted units, but I guess these units aren't that well-promoted. This has just been like a total failure on Justinian's part. In the era when his unique unit is most dominant, he just has not been able to punch through. I mean, Mansa's been weakened, but not enough. And Caesar's, of course, tops in power again. So let's stop here for a second and see how everybody feels. So Pakal is friendly with Caesar, and he's pleased with everyone else. Stalin won't start a new war, he's already in one. Mansa won't start a new war. So Caesar's really the one to look at, and Mansa's the one he's most unhappy with. So he can declare war on anyone, he can declare it pleased, but he's by far the most likely to go after Mansa. Maybe a little bit with Stalin, because he's cautious there. Okay, so for the time being, we will watch this war between Russia, Byzantium, and Mali, and wait to see if anyone jumps in. Stalin looks like he's headed for rifles, so he's already on replaceable parts. This would be a smart time for Caesar to stop and build some infrastructure, but he's cranking out units in every city, so it looks like he might be getting ready to go to war again. That's Caesar for you. He likes to build units. Niani has just been the subject of so much fighting. so much fighting in this game. All those knights just like keep sallying out, killing attackers, and then retreating again. Oh, and apparently this got... Okay, so this was taken by Mansa, and then it was retaken by Stalin. So that city did ultimately end up in Russian hands. And we'll refresh the map so that we get a notification of that. And Mansa has dropped to last in score, sadly for him. So Stalin is going for rifling, wants to get those Cossacks in play. And he will have Cossacks in play as soon as he gets that, because he already has gunpowder, otherwise he wouldn't have the cuirassiers riding around. Alright, so Mansa makes peace with Justinian. That's really good news for Stalin. He's now set up to just conquer all of Mali and become a monster in this game. Yeah, Stalin to win, potentially. He has timed his war with Mansa